What? How did I do that? I'm about to show you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rod, and this is the best place for musicians who want to develop skills on and off the instrument. Today we have a piano tutorial, and I'm going to take you through the National Anthem that was performed at CPAC, my piano arrangement of that. I think you're going to enjoy this video, so please feel free to smash the like button, ignore the dislike button, and also comment or ask any questions that you have during this tutorial. I'll answer any questions that you may have. Also, there are a lot of requests for me to have just the piano only audio for this performance. So at the end of this video, there's the piano only audio for you. All right, so let me play the beginning of this piece so we can kind of get the sound in our ear. All right, so those first pitches, oh say. So as written, so we're in the key of F sharp. So as written, it should be 5-3-1. So mi do for you solfege lovers. But the singer does this instead, a flat 5, a flat 3rd to the tonic. And so initially you think that's like a F sharp diminished chord, but I don't think it's quite that. I think it's more so a E sharp major chord, and I'll talk about that in the next time that she does the verse, the second verse, Whose Broad Stripes, because she does the same thing. And so we'll get there. So let me just kind of play through this beginning, because after we get through these pickup notes, there's really normality throughout for the most part. And so kind of the chord structures are as written. All right, and so after we get past these pickup notes, and so I use this chord, and so I go to this C. So I'm just walking down the scale, so the tonic, leading tone, submediate, dominant, and so I use this C or B sharp because of this. We've already heard this B sharp at the very beginning, and so right away I'm trying to create some type of connectivity among pitches, right? And so that's why I use this instead of using the 4 chord of F sharp, but I do later use that the second time around just to have variation, okay? And so, so moving on. Again, all this is pretty standard. I just move down, do some ornamentation here. So we hear this chord again. I use that as a passing chord. We hear this chord here, right? Now it changes here. Right, so at the twilight last. So as written it should be, but the singer does this augmented type of thing. And so I didn't play a F sharp augmented chord because I chose to play this D chord over B sharp because we've already heard these pitches before, right? And so I just displaced the C and placed the C in the bass. And so I do a lot of displacement when I compose and that type of thing. So, and plus having this tonic here of F sharp still kind of keeps us centered in my mind. Right? Then I play this C sharp 13 suspended back to the tonic. All right? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous. And so when we move on to Whose Broad Stripes, again, the singer does the same thing. And so the second time around, I play a E sharp, because I hear this as an E sharp to F sharp. So I hear this as just chromaticism. And also we're going to end up in the key of F. So that's why this makes sense in my head. Right? And so this time I do play the 4th, then I pass on that chord we heard before, change the chord here. Right, what is happening here? So this is a F sharp major 9 without the 5th. Then this chord here is a C sharp major 9 and also a sharp 11, then we've heard this chord before. I just add a new note in there just for give it a different color and just a different chord quality, right? But we've heard this before, right? And also I'm thinking about lyrics as well. So perilous fight, right? Perilous fight, right? And so it just kind of, you know, I don't know, whatever that is, it does that. Then we move back to F sharp again. All this is pretty much the same. Last gleaming, just a matter of cluster chords here I use. All right, and so then we're going to change keys. And so then we go for "And the Rocket's Red Glare," we move to F major. Now do some passing chords here, right? And then this is just a decision I made to use these particular chords. There's no particular reason theoretically that I'm using the chord. It's mainly sonically that I wanted to hear these types of chords sonically, right? So and the rocket's red glare. Then we go back to F sharp. The bum's bursting. Change the chord here just to give something different again. Then I pass on this chord, this B9 sharp 11 over E sharp, but I break it up as a run because I need to get to this note. So I just move it up, right, and land on this G sharp major 9 over B sharp chord. But we've heard this chord quality before. Perilous, right? It's the same chordal quality. And again, I'm trying to create connectivity. And so I'm using the same materials and constructs in different ways. Again, just for connectivity. All right, so, but the melody of course changed here because it should be gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, right? But instead, all right, and so that's why I use this chord here because of where we're going, because we're getting ready to change keys in the middle of this phrase. So was still there. Right, and this is the first time we've heard this chromaticism really from the singer. So was still there. Again, it should be okay as written. But what's interesting is after this we are going to the key of G. So she really just forecast where we're going because we end on D, which is the 5 of G, right? So really interesting, really fascinating in my opinion. And so we end, and again, I use this chord again. It's about the third time we've heard this chord. And again, I'm thinking sonically, right? Not necessarily theoretically with this, just sonically. What do I want to hear and what's going to make the most sense to get me to where I'm going, all right? And so we end up in the key of G next. Right? And so I'm just using these passing chords in pedal tone here, diminish here, then I just embellish this, all right? And then we go immediately back to F sharp. And so we hold this free, right? She holds this out and it's should be this note, but it's kind of, you know, it's kind of pitchy here and there. And so I wanted to create something that included these two notes, these minor seconds, to, you know, be creative and during this moment. And so I just used a bunch of kind of major 7th chords. Right? And because it has these two tonalities within the chord. But then then we go from G to F sharp, okay? So, and the home. Then Brave landed on a D chord to a G major 7th chord to 1. All right, and so then when our dear friend Paula White enters the picture, I go into this B minor 6th chord over F sharp, because it's kind of like, it's a chord we use a lot kind of in the black church in the worship moment type of thing. And so I just embellish this. So I have to say that I really enjoyed doing the piano arrangement for this particular piece of music because I like, pulling things together and trying to make sense of things. So this was a lot of fun for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to this channel. I make new videos every week. I'll see you next week.